Alright guys, MTech Guy here, and today we're sitting inside the little 1 Series, the E87 130i. Now it's a bit of a damp old day outside, so I thought I'd choose to do a job inside the car here today. So if you've seen my previous videos on this car, you'll know that I bought this car sight unseen, and one of the things that really stood out to me when I first turned up to buy the car and had a quick look round it was that these A-pillar trims had gone all sort of blue purpley colour. They've got sun faded. Now these should be like a dark grey anthracite sort of black colour, and yeah, they're not looking too good. They're really letting the interior down because the rest of it's looking pretty good. So this is one of the jobs that I really wanted to get sorted, because this is staring you in the face all the time while you're driving the car, when you're sat in the front of the car here. They've obviously been absolutely hammered with the sun, with the UV rays, when the car was over in Japan where it spent most of its life. So you've got a couple of options if you do experience this problem with your little 1 Series. You can either send them away to be recovered by a specialist, by auto trimmer, or have a look at recovering them yourself. But you'll be looking to get the same material. It's got this kind of waffle pattern on it, this stuff, and also you want the same colour as the headliner, that dark anthracite colour. So I think you might be struggling to match it perfectly. You might get it pretty close. It might be hardly noticeable. And the other thing you've got to think about is these have got plastic clips behind them, and they're likely to break, especially if it's been this affected by the UV rays, by the sun. So they're likely to get damaged when you do remove them. So that's why I normally go for the second option, is just go buy a brand new pair. I bought these from the dealer, genuine BMW ones. They're not exactly cheap, but they're not horrendously priced either. I'll leave a part number in the description below for you guys. So in today's video, we're going to run through the process of removing the existing ones and refitting the brand new ones. Alright, we've got the new ones unpackaged here, and as you can see, we've got that lovely dark anthracite, almost black colour there. We'll just compare that to what we've got up here, look. You can see the colour difference right there. I'm not sure about this, the existing one, eh? I'm starting to wonder whether these have been recovered sometime in the past. But anyway, they certainly need replacing. We've got the genuine ones here, so let's get it sorted. And replacing the A-pillars is a pretty straightforward job. The only tools we're going to need is a plastic trim pry tool and a T20 Torx bit. And we're going to start off by removing the little plastic airbag logo cover there. So we'll use our plastic pry tool for that. Just pop that off. And then that reveals the small Torx bolt here, so we'll remove that next. Okay, then next up, we're ready to remove the trim away from the car, so we're going to start at the top. We'll use our pry tool, and we're just going to pop them clips from top to bottom, and then we're going to pull the top out and then lift it out away from the bottom corner of the windscreen there. And you'll see that that reveals one of the airbags behind the A-pillar trim there. Now, if you do get anxious about working around airbags, do feel free to disconnect your battery before you start. It's up to you. Okay, before we go any further, I'm just going to clean up the edge of the dashboard here with a microfiber, just to get rid of any loose dirt and dust. Alright, so if we take a look at the new trim here on the reverse side, down at the bottom here, you've got these 2 plastic tabs, and they locate in them 2 slots on the edge of the dashboard there. And then, of course, I've got a couple of plastic clips there, and they'll pop in to the sheet metal there and there of the A-pillar trim. And fitting a new one is the reverse of the removal of the old one. So we're going to start at the bottom, we're going to locate them plastic tabs in place, and we're going to work our way up and pop them clips in place until it's fully seated at the top. Just make sure you've got the edge of the rubber seal there on the right side of the trim as you feed it in. Alright, so we've got our new A-pillar trim snugly fitted in position there now. It's looking better already. So next up, we're ready to refit the Torx bolt there. But before we do so, if we take a look on the old A-pillar trim, you can see we've got this little metal clip here, this little retainer. We need to remove that off the old one and fit that to the new one. It'll just clip in position, and then we're ready to put the Torx bolt back in. If we look on the back side of this, it's got a hook on one end and two retainers on the other. So we're just going to hook it into the bottom side of the opening and then just push it in like that. Torx bolt. And then we'll snug it up with the ratchet. Don't have to go too mad, just enough to hold it in place. There we go. And then to finish off, we're going to clip our little airbag logo back on there. There we go, done. And look at that, guys. It looks so much better. It's not going to irritate me as I'm heading down the street now. All right, let's move on to the other side. Alright guys, so that's both A-pillar trims now replaced with the new ones, and it's looking so much better. It's really lifted the interior. That looks so good. And now I'm not going to have them old, faded, horrible looking A-pillar trims that were in there before, irritating me every time I take the car out. This looks so much better. Alright, if you found the video interesting or useful, don't forget to give it a like. Make sure you go and check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more BMW DIY videos. Consider subscribing if that's your cup of tea. And if you're into your little 1 Series 130i's, your E87s, I've got a bit of a series on the go at the moment, so make sure you keep an eye on that. I've got more videos to come. I'm MTech Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.